Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We finally have some meaningful basketball to talk about. That's right. The NBA playoffs are finally here, and we're talking about one of the play-in games. We've got the Wizards and the Celtics. Celtics -2 here. Total is 232 and a half. And I've got somebody here who is really excited to talk playoff basketball. Kurt Alexander, what's your take on Wizards and Celtics?
In this game, Chelsea, I couldn't really take a side because this is the NBA and nobody plays defense well enough to
Correct.
to actually win a game. It's kind of like who's going to outscore who. But it's we were just talking before we came on about you have the ninth and 10th place teams, fighting over the 11th place ribbon. If you remember Meet the Parents, I didn't know they made an 11th place ribbon. Well, they do in the NBA these days. But you're going to get some exciting basketball in this one when these two teams match up. Of course, you have Russell Westbrook setting all the records that he set with his triple doubles and really allowing the rest of this team around him to do what they do, and that's score buckets and contribute points. Bradley Beal should be back for this game, I believe. I don't see him on the injury list, and that's going to cause problems for this Celtic team that's already without Jaylen Brown for the rest of the season. And I believe Marcus Smart, I saw him on the injury report for today, but I'm not sure if he's going to play or not. He might be a game time decision. You might have to double check that. But I don't necessarily have a side that I'm leaning to. I would love to say take the Wizards, but they don't play enough defense for me. They really, outscore teams. And when I say they outscore teams, they're going to win the game 143 to 142. That
Right.
kind of thing. So it's just gonna be a lot of points in this game. I think the over's definitely the way that you want to go with these two teams matching up. On the other side, you have Jason Tatum carrying the Celtics team. It's unfortunate to see the Celtics team where they are because of the talent that they do have. They're going to be missing one of their big names. Kemba Walker, honestly, I just don't think it worked out. He just wasn't a fit with this team. And when you look at some of the pieces that they lost in the offense in the offseason, they never really made up for it. So they have like a lot of their contracts into like three guys right now, and I can't say that that's enough to have me back them here. So I think the total, taking it over the total is definitely the way you want to go in this matchup.
Right. It will be interesting to me to see how some of these games play out because playoff basketball is so different than regular season basketball. We know this. Just the way it's
Yes.
played, the level of urgency. I'm just wondering what we'll see in quarters 1 to 3 because as we've seen some of these regular season games, it just seems like they don't turn it on until the fourth quarter. However, I will say one player who does not do that. Russell Westbrook. He's been filling up stat sheets, for the longest time. It just seems like he's minus 500 to get a triple double every night as of late. So I
Yes.
think a motivated Russell Westbrook is definitely going to be really hard to stop because when you're talking about driving to the paint, I don't think there's just about anybody who can really stop him, at least if the refs are, giving him fouls. So definitely a lot of things to look for in this one. I'm just wondering which Celtics team we'll see because they've definitely been a disappointment this season. I think that's fair to
Very
say.
disappointing.
And obviously, Jaylen Brown being out is a big one, but I'm just wondering to see the level of toughness that we'll see from them. And just what are some other things you're looking for in this series? Or it's not a series, it's one game.
Well, yeah, it's definitely one game. I saw a stat today. Russell Westbrook finished the season averaging, I believe, 11.5, highest assists total since John Stockton. So
Right.
when you think triple doubles, we say it just like, oh, it's triple doubles, but that means he's getting everybody else involved. And I'm sure, like me, I couldn't tell you majority of the players on the Washington team because these guys are they're just kind of feeding off of their two superstars. But they have
Right.
one more superstar than Boston right now, and I think that. If I was to choose a side, I can't see going against Bradley Beal if he's healthy, because the injury he had was the groin. I believe it was a hamstring. I'm sorry, not the groin. It was a hamstring, and those are tricky. Those are real
Right.
tricky. So, what Bradley Beal are we going to get back for this game? I doubt he'll be 100% with that injury. Yeah, but if I did have to take a side, I think I would want to go with Mr. Triple Double here.
Right, and it's almost too tempting at this line.
It is.
It just +2 because it's Even though we've said this before, where, no game's going to end, at a 2-point deficit. It happens. So we'll see how sharp this line is. That's going to do it for our basketball talk here on Picks and Parlays. Great stuff from Kurt Alexander as always. Kurt, thanks for joining. We've got a promo code. The code is playoffs for 20% off the entire site of picksandparlays.net.